right. What's going on, everybody? Let's turn this music down. Let's get things rocking. Hope everyone's having a good day. I got the lights off today. Let's turn these on real quick. All right, now you can see me. What's going on? Actually, you know what? Let's get the charts up. All right. Just want to make sure everything's looking good, looking okay. You see on my side on YouTube, make sure everything looks okay. And looks good, sounds good. Let's get the Yep, we're good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 28 of Chart Talk, and yes, that's 28 days in a row. Please, if you get any value out of this, give us a like, subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel, of course, just like anyone else. But we just have a passion for this. I genuinely love to analyze the markets. I love to analyze maybe more than I even love to actually sit down and trade it, which is kind of funny. Of course, I love to make money, but you never know what the markets are going to do. And so analyzing for me is kind of a way of expressing your creativity. And so I'm not really a drawer or I guess I don't play any instruments or rap or whatever like that. So the charts are that for me. And I don't draw a whole bunch on my charts or anything. I have my system, but I just want y'all to know that this is literally what I do. I love to do this. So without further ado, let's get into the crypto market, right? And so to my right, I do have the comments open over here on my iPad. So if anyone has any comments, go ahead and drop that in. Let me make sure that's actually the case. All right, so yeah, if you have any comments, I got the chat open over here for us. Okay, so we're going to start off with Bitcoin, of course, because that is, the Mr. Boy, big boy, bitty bitty who runs the market. And guys, we are getting a nice sign of strength right now. The accumulation that we're seeing right here, or that we saw right here, is starting to just move straight through. And you can see the volume profiles pretty much showing how if we go any higher, there is nothing holding price up to 28, 29, could end up all the way at like the 30, 31. And this is just clear as day, all the way up to 29 right there. So, and it's a technical level. You can see that pretty clear right here as well. So I have the next important area of volume profile, untested volume that has not been tested, way up here at 31.5. But realistically, this level just is obvious, right? And there's an open gap there as well. So that's where I would believe the market would like to get to next. Now, here is the tricky part of where we are kind of in an overall market. Okay. We are either, and I kind of want to hide some of these lines on this time frame if I can. So give me 1 second. In fact, let me just go to another chart because I'll keep this for my futures chart where I like the volume over there. And then let's go into the crypto market. Okay, here we go for Bitcoin. All right. Now, Of course, we're smack dab in the middle of this supply. But what we're seeing here is, almost a classic Wyckoff move. And just so we can kind of look at this a little bit better, I want to bring up the actual schematic that I'm referring to. And then I'm going to also show another schematic that we could be looking at as well. Okay, so let's see if it'll let me do this really quick and easy. Will it not let me save this picture? Interesting. Okay, no worries. I don't need to. We'll just refer back and forth to this. So here we go. We have this big down move here, and then another big down move here. And that's basically how we're going to refer to this. So we have a big down move here, and then another big down move here. I do believe that there could definitely be another push down here. No doubt about that. We could definitely be seeing one more test to the downside, and that would be that kind of drop down to like 12K that people are expecting. But it doesn't always do that. Sometimes it just kind of makes this one drop, two drops, and then it goes sideways and goes up. That's kind of like what we have here. One drop, two drop, we go sideways, and then it goes up. And this is kind of where we are now in this level, testing these highs. And what this schematic says, when the market is up here, it's going to start showing, first of all, it shows a sign of strength, and then it shows the buildup. Okay? So if we go in and read what's happening in phase D, basically, if we're correct in our analysis, right, we should follow in the consistent dominance of demand over supply. This is evidence of a pattern of an advanced SOS of widening spreads and increasing volume, as well as reactions on a smaller spread and diminishing volume. So what does that mean? That means widening spread is your candles. So when the candles begin to get bigger, you want to see the volume increase. And that's what we have here. And it looks like the stream is just a little laggy. I wonder if the audio's lagging. I don't think the audio's lagging very much. So let's just keep going. And then we have, the rise in price after that again. And then the sideways movement, we have the drop in volume, and then the spread begins to widen, and we're seeing the volume increase again. That is a sign to me that this is exactly where we are is possibly, it's all possible, possibilities, phase D. So LPS in the range are generally, during phase D, the price will move at least to the top of the trading range, which is where we are right now. LPS in the phase are generally excellent places to initiate or add to profitable long positions. So that would mean, pullbacks right here are excellent places to add to long positions. So we did get one little pullback, and then the market moved up. That's nice. And in fact, I think if I turn my music off, it might make my stream a little better. Okay. So that could be what we're looking at, right? We could already have done all the tests that we need to do, because to me, the market does look very strong. This type of move out of the bottom like this, very strong move. So I'm not here to say that the market is about to move to all-time highs because of this, but we do have a cause, which is a big trading range, which can produce a bigger effect. cause and effect, right? At first, when this market just made one move to the downside, just like this, boom, and we had this big move and then it just went sideways here, we were trying to figure out if it was going to create this Wyckoff schematic. And now it just took a lot longer than anticipated, which makes for a bigger rally, if it is to rally. So we have kind of this swooping channel right here, more or less, right? And it's starting to look like it's kind of breaking out. And, you know, I don't like getting caught up in breakout scenarios. I do try to like to get in on the Wyckoff schematics down lower. But if you don't get that opportunity, this is maybe your next chance. Now, if it is to make one more move to the downside, say that this is where we are right now. Okay, we have one push down, two pushes down, one push down, two pushes down. If we get a third push here, I do think that's the last, like I said. And then I do want to show this one more time. Let's go to the trading psychology. Oops. This is what I'm referring to right now, if I could spell it. And it's none of these really. This. Okay. We could definitely be seeing this pattern as well start to happen, and it would be, we would be looking at this moment right here, and hopefully we can all see where I'm pointing on the chart. So this was the top of Bitcoin, and it did a double top, and then it created this pattern, and then we've seen it just drop. We could, you know, this is all a little subjective, but if this is it, we have 1, 2, and then we have a move up right here. If we're looking at it kind of on the bigger scheme of things, right, this would be the you know, top. We have the drop, and then we have 1, 2, and then a move up. And then if that bigger trading psychology is correct, we would be seeing kind of a fall back down, and then it go kind of sideways into this level here before the next kind of big cycle. And so you can kind of see that that's possible right here, where we could definitely, we have this move down, another move down. So we have a move down, another move down, and now we're starting to get this pop here off of this second move down. And so that's definitely still a case as well. My opinion, if you didn't build any positions down here, like we said in November, then you only have two options really. I mean, you have options all the time, but your two best options, if you're following somewhat of a plan, I guess, would be to get in pretty much right now and expect this Wyckoff cycle to start to play out to the upside with a little bit of shake here, and then the next move, we should see that move up to 30K basically. And then from there, we would be expecting the market to, I mean, I would be expecting the market to most likely, depending on how it and where it goes, if it holds right here, that's a tough call. We'd have to see what the macro environment's looking like, but regardless, that's like the next area. And from here, it could roll. It could run. For sure, it could run. No doubt. but I'm not really trying to call anything after that. How it gets here will be important. If it gets there with more volume, then that's telling us everything we need to know. If it gets there with less volume, that's a little questioning, right? We're already seeing a little bit of bullish divergence on the daily, and divergences on Bitcoin on the daily time frames really do be smacking low key. They really do. Last time there was some major daily bearish divergence I'm seeing right here was something like this, and then momentum was just not having that, and that was the very top of Bitcoin. So that's kind of an interesting look there. Another kind of flat momentum we have had is here. A little bit of divergence while the market was making this move up. So every time the market has kind of made a move up in Bitcoin on the daily, it has kind of given us this little divergent look in this bear market. So will we kind of roll over again right now since we are getting somewhat of a divergence look again? Possible. But eventually, divergence does fail every now and then. You can see kind of right here, the market made a lower low, and then the momentum did not necessarily, but then it eventually rolled over, so it didn't really work right there. It worked for a little bit, but not too long. So what I am going to be most likely playing on Bitcoin is when this level breaks, I'm going to probably be expecting the bulls to win that battle. Just because of how when a market has kind of accumulated like this and then it pops out this strong, it's hard for me to say it's just going to reverse just because it's hitting a level. If anything, maybe sideways. I don't necessarily just see an automatic drop. It could happen. Anything can happen. But I just don't see that just happening right away. If anything, to me, it looks like this market is getting ready to move. Let's go into the 4 hour. And it is coiling up right here. And it's about to make a decision. Regardless, you see the volume profile sitting right here. This is the volume profile basically the whole year. Because this is all of the price action that we've seen in 2023. Yeah. So what this is telling us is that majority of the volume is sitting right here, and the market came up, rejected right above it, and kept going. So in my opinion, this is looking more like demand, and I'm expecting if the market comes and retests it, I'm going to look for it to hold instead of it to like break in this for it to crash, right? Because when a market is bullish, you don't really want to call the reversal. You want to just wait for it to reverse and then find an opportunity. Right now, to me, I would like to see more of a complex correction right here. So we have this impulse. We have a move down here. I would like to see it make one more move down here. Kind of in what would be even better if it kind of breaks up and it fakes out everyone first, then comes back down into here. That would be kind of an ultimate manipulation isn't really the word I want to use. It's just kind of more like manipulating the emotions. So if we can get that, then that, I will be looking for this market to do probably some maybe long move like this and then go. So I could see that. But as long as this level holds, I'm most likely going to be bullish. And really, it's really tough because in these times, Bitcoin will manipulate freaking tough. And it kind of did already right here. When it broke this high, anyone who tried to buy it right away kind of got sucked out real quick. So And it definitely could be forming some type of distribution pattern in here to come down. If the market is trying to sell, this was a great opportunity for the big money players to get out of buy positions, to deload their buys. But I'm still looking for this to break. I think if we go on to the 1 hour, because it's going to be a battle right here, right now, I think. Bears are trying to hold this down, and there's going to be a lot of stop losses for sells right here, and right here. So, anyone selling right now, that's where their stop loss is. And if you're selling and your stop loss gets hit, you're basically buying the market back at a worse price. So you're actually a buyer if you have a stop loss up here and the market goes up. Hope that made sense to some people, because that's some sauce right there. That's some real sauce. Some other reasons why the market might go up is because of the amount of volume that is sitting up here. So the market cannot move up without bulls present, but it will go to areas of volume fast when the bulls come, if the bulls come, because of the next area of volume. So there's most likely limit orders sitting up here. There's limit orders sitting here and limit orders sitting here. But the market doesn't move because of limit orders. The market moves because of actual buyers and sellers present, right? So once there are actual buyers present, I do believe we're going to see this most likely run up faster than people kind of think. Now, there might be a longer period like this, and so more period of manipulation, maybe even something like this, come back down, something like this, come back up, come back down, come back up, right? And we could see it really play for a little bit in here before it goes. So don't get, the longer it plays, the higher it's going to go. And the reason I'm looking for it to just kind of go is just the level above there's just nothing above it till 30K basically. And 28's being generous. So it's just an interesting level where it's either going to really reject or really take off. All right. Let's look at this new coin that I'm looking at right now. And it's called Audio. Now, it might not even be on here. There it is. Cool. Now I've been told that this coin could be one of the fixes for the music industry problem, that middleman problem. So let's look at this. Yes. I love this chart. So this is even, worse looking than Bitcoin technically. And on the second rally, it never made its move up. Okay. Well, yeah, this is just kind of an unheard of altcoin. Do a little research on this, but the technicals on it look great. I love the way this looks. Very bullish off of here, and it broke structures. And this one has more of that depression look where it has 1, 2, and then the move down. I just deleted that chart, but and then the big move up, and it's starting to. People are probably saying this is a sucker's rally, but this looks more like the move up. So yeah, this is a coin. It's at 35 cents right now. If it pulls back into this level, which it almost already has, it's a big time opportunity to get in. Even right now, it's a good looks like a great price. It has gone all the way up to, and this is a important price, way up here, $4. So that is a 10x. So that is a 10x coin that we'll be looking at this year. Volume is picking up major. I'm talking major. So this could be one of those coins that really just starts to run, doubles, triples your money. So we're going to keep it on the watch list. I don't want to give anyone FOMO about that, because any coin in this market can double or triple your money. Just being quite honest, I've been doing this way too long to be giving anyone FOMO about a coin that they never heard of or something, because you could, I swear, any coin can double or triple. But the price action on this one looks good. I'd have to check in the market cap before I really invest into it yet. I'm just looking at a coin with y'all for the first time. 78.6 has a ton of volume. 61.8, not really. Let's bring in some more price. Not really. Okay. So I just like a discount. If it can get to 21, I can see it doubling your money in days instead of, however long a crypto cycle is going to take. If it can get down to 20, I see it doubling that fast, genuinely. So this is something I'm going to keep my eye on. I'm going to put an alert right below these lows. And if it does come below this low, it will probably have to get a shot at it. Just, it doesn't have to be a crazy investment. Like some people want to just put all their money into crypto, and I don't have to do that. That's not the smartest thing. So, but this one is something to look at for sure. Let's look at graph, because it kind of did a great, amazing move, and it's coming back. So we'll put an alert here on this as well at the 61.8, because this is forming a very nice ABC pattern. So let's look at that real quick. Let's get this alert on here for good old graph. All right. And then you can tell the graph has just made such a much bigger move than Bitcoin has as well. So I like that. All right, if we go on to the 4-hour time frame, this might already be done correcting. I don't think it's gonna hit this 61.8. I think it hit the 50 and it's good to go. But if it does, we'll be taking it up into like 35, and that's a double from here. So right now the graph is at prices where you could probably double up, and this is what happens when the crypto market starts to get going. You can just wait for these times. You don't have to trade all the crypto market all the time. Like the forex market is tradable all the time. It's the biggest market in the world. But the crypto market, it only moves when it really wants to move, honestly. So this is just one of those times where it's starting to move. I'm not a sole crypto trader, but like I said, I've been doing it for 5 years. I kind of get a good vibe for when a market is starting to move. It's just one of those times where this market is about to start to move. And boy, Stacks is taking off. So yeah, I mean, you just see right here, there's these altcoins that are just, they've already doubled or tripled in 1 year. This is already doubled this year. Very big move by Stacks. Let's see if we can find another one that's moving. Let's go look at the ones that we've called some strength out on from last week. Yep, another pump. So if this pulls back, that's another opportunity. Let's see if DSO has done anything. Not yet. BAT, not fully. ENJ, yeah. I don't want that to happen. Okay, let's look at some of these other ones like FTM. Okay, so it has the nice ABC. Hopefully, if it gives it to us, we have the A, the B, and the C. That will be picture perfect as well. Let's put this on here. Let's put an alert at the 61.8. Quant, let's see what you're doing. Not bad. H bar, you went crazy, I think, at one point. Yeah, you did. So H bar is one of those as well where you could look at when it pulls back, if it pulls back, because this sucker is increasing in volume on these waves. Let's see if ApeCoin has done anything. Not bad. This one has been the craziest one so far of the year. So it even made another move up from last week's crazy move. Didn't even get to touch it because the retracement is just not happening. So this might, I don't know what this coin is, but it's definitely the craziest move of the year so far. In the top. Excuse me. Aptos is another one where if it ABCs, we're looking for it to play off of that. Let's get these alerts going because these are all looking perfect. Link, I don't think Link is super ready yet. It's in breakout mode though, for sure. And this is kind of what we said. And so look, it's starting to look like it's going to do this instead of down here. So we can kind of delete that. And we can look for these scenarios now on Link, giving more confirmation for the bulls on this market. I'm telling y'all, not really there yet for Tron. Yeah, I mean Avalanche doesn't look as good in my opinion as some of the other ones, but I still like the way it looks a little bit. So I'm gonna put an alert here at the 61.8 as well. Litecoin, definitely bullish still. It has no signs of retracement. Matic is on fire still. Shout out to Matic. It's coming into some heavy retracement levels. If it, not really, but it will be if it gets any higher. So that'll be something to watch. Actually, I will be a little interested to see how this reacts. Doge. I meant to click Doge. Okay, still looking like inside of a bear. ADA looks very similar to Bitcoin right there. BNB, I'm still waiting for the correction. Ethereum has me interested just as much as Bitcoin. Definitely with the way it has, it did not break the lows, and that's a sign of strength. Just because it doesn't perfectly make a Wyckoff pattern, that doesn't mean that it's not whatever people say. But with it making this first initial low and then this push up and then coming back down with the perfect Elliott wave and then it not breaking this low here, and now we could be forming like an upwards channel here. I definitely see this possibility with, if Bitcoin drops. I don't think Ethereum is going to break these lows, and this would be kind of a last chance scenario until Ethereum possibly goes on a run, or we're about to see this range break, and this is going to hit just smack up here before people know it, because this level isn't going to hold much, and then this level is going to be the next level it gets to. And so and then from there, it's kind of like, this is that final level. Ooh, technically this is a big level, and it would just be smooth sailing from there most likely. So Bitcoin's kind of at, or Ethereum's kind of at that spot, and then if Bitcoin breaks up, of course, the whole market's going to break up. And now we got to look at these market caps, because this is kind of what is telling me, or telling a story. We have this area here where if price does continue to break, because it has started to put in bullish structure since like November or September of last year, and has not made a lower low yet. So a lower low would be meaning this breaking. And if this low breaks, February's low in Bitcoin is what that would be breaking, basically. And let's just go to this chart. February's low would be right around, okay, February's low is only right here. So let's go back down. That would be breaking kind of back down this level, more or less. And then we break down below there. We're still technically in an area where it could hold. So it would really need to break way below here for this to, for me to think that Bitcoin has like died, because there is still tons, there's going to be tons of demand right here. I'm going to look for buys right here. And it's either going to get wrecked fast, or like, because these lows are either just going to get swept out or not. That's just how it's going to be. If the market, fails to break this high, and then fails to hold here and go, it would come down into this level. Let's delete that. It will come down into this level next, where just we had tons of buyers. We faked out, and then buyers slipped through. This would be the next kind of area, optimal area around 18.5 for, another something like this to happen for Bitcoin, and then to send it straight into this 30K level. And if we do get a pattern ultimately like this on a daily chart like this, and it would even be visible on a weekly, I would think that's most likely the bottom of Bitcoin. I just straight up would say that. If I was wrong about that, I wouldn't care. I would put a lot more chips into it if we see that pattern. And to be honest, I will be putting chips in no matter what if it gets right here, especially depending on how it gets there. If it gets there very fast, less chips. If it gets there like this fast, chips on chips, and the market would be looking like this to do that, most likely to get there. Something like this, okay? And then if it does make kind of that type of a move, to me, this is the next move coming. Let me look at Ethereum's market cap, because if this thing breaks out, Ethereum is really going to be the one that moves. And this could be just a reaccumulation pattern. And so I'm kind of waiting to see if these highs can break out, because if Ethereum just doesn't have as much market, doesn't hold as much market cap. So if it does start to take some of the market cap percentage out of from the market, it's going to move way more. And I personally think that Ethereum has another big super cycle coming versus maybe Bitcoin. And that's just me. I think this has a chance to break up, do something like this here, and that will send this up into this range at 27, 28, where it has been. And if we get this big of a push here, I think we would get a similar percentage push in Bitcoin or Ethereum that we saw from March, let's say March, the beginning of March 2001 up to its top probably. So March 2001 on Ethereum. Here's March 2001 on Ethereum. So it did this move, boom. I would be expecting the market to, do similar move like that, and I would be bringing it into these highs. So that's just interesting stuff right there, all correlating, all making sense, honestly. For the XRP people out there, XRP definitely needs to run with Bitcoin. Like it's most likely not going to run without Bitcoin, or it never really has. And its major moves. And when it does move, I expect it to do exactly what it always does. In a fast move up, just as fast down. Almost every single time it doesn't fail with XRP. And you can go back and test it and look at a chart that has way more than this on it, because it doesn't have shit on it. But let's see, XRP USD. Let's see if we get a better. See if Bitstamp has more. Yes, a lot more. All right. So, and it just, you can see it pretty clear. Every time it pumps, it dumps. Let's go to the log chart. And even this log chart, you can see how it's very kind of weird. But yeah, it went sideways here for the longest. It did go up. 2017 is its best it's ever done. And it has never came back into these levels. I don't ever expect it to really get back into those levels. I think if XRP comes down any lower, really, it's its final drop kind of, and we should be expecting it to move up. Let's see if this can give us an actual price of a point of control. Here we go. We got one right here at 21 cents on XRP. So if we get a 21 cent XRP, that will likely be the last, or like the bottom technically of it. And it would be probably a spike down, right? Because that's like a 50% drop from now. But for anyone waiting for like a final price on XRP, that would be it. Just basically the next time these lows break, that would be it. And then when we do kind of break out of this, that is I'm not a big trend line guy. I say it every time I draw a trend line. But this is most likely, when it breaks, it is most likely going to pop. And it just kind of, you can see in the bigger scheme of things, we are on the weekly, how XRP kind of does respect these little kind of trend lines, or whatever you want to call them. Okay, once this broke out, it took off. We have a little baby one right here. It took off. We have another one right here. Once it broke this, it took off. And so, I mean, yeah, I do expect when this weekly trend gets broken, that it should begin to move. And however you want to draw this, I don't care. It's not breaking yet, so it doesn't really matter. But once it starts to break out, which it could break out very soon, however you want to draw this. Regardless, one big weekly candle, and it's gone. It looks like a lot of volume is coming into the market this week, but not a lot of movement. So that could be some type of absorption. That could be something. We'll see. There's more volume we've seen in a while. Very interesting. Let's see. What's one more thing I can look at? I know Filecoin has done crazy numbers. I need to look at that. I've been seeing that. I know it's on here. It's got to be. I saw it. Give me a second. There it is. Yeah. Big volume as well. So let's look at this maybe on the daily. It's probably not going to give no shots, but the volume's increasing as the price is increasing. So that is just telling us that this should continue even to the upside from here. So if Crow's doing okay, not bad. I want to look at Coinbase, because that stock kind of tells me Let's look at this real quick. The S&P. Okay, good. This should start to roll over. Good. Okay, which means this should start to roll too, which means everything is going to roll. All right, so I'm going to keep that there actually. This is Coinbase stock chart. And if, you know, this volume is telling the truth, this thing is about to get ready to possibly move to the upside, or it's building a case for it bare minimum. Okay, so we do have the bulls present here as the market moved up. Then we have the, you know, the bears with this move. To me, this is a buying or a selling climax. Okay, the big money traders got in and bought right there. They bought everything that was sold. Then here's one sign that the big money's in. Another selling climax type test. Okay, the market drops below here, low volume. That was showing that there's no more sellers present, no more supply in the market. If there was supply, it would have been a candle like this with a lot of volume. It wasn't shit. Now though, we're getting this move to the upside with volume. So I'm interested to see, you know, there can always be one more test every single time. There can always be one more test. But I'm interested. I'm looking for this to start, you know, building a case here and then here on this with the big boys. I think that's what the big boys are doing. I think they're starting to build this case down here. So if it does this, you're golden, pony boy. But if it just holds right here, you want to have something in for the macro perspective, and that's Coinbase. You know, so and this is gonna line up with every other thing that I'm talking with the market. It's either Coinbase is gonna hold here, just like Bitcoin in a way, and not make this third push down. And it's just gonna kind of hold at this ABC pattern, A, B, C, and then make this move up. Or it's going to fail that, and it's going to come back and test these lows. One of the two. We don't know. Here's some other stocks that I'm looking at for crypto stocks. Bit Digital. So if anyone stays this long, they deserve, or anyone comes on, I guess it's live. But you're getting some nice stocks that not a lot of people know about. These are the mining stocks. So when Bitcoin does move, these are going to move probably exponentially more, I would say, even. Let's add Bitcoin to this chart. You can see how they move in tandem. Let's throw this on a different scale. See if it'll let me. There we go. Oh, okay. Let's do this. There we go. All right. So you see how much they're correlating right now? I'm expecting these to start to move with Bitcoin again. And you can see just how much these guys move together. I guess right here, Bitcoin started to, or the mining companies started to show some strength. Then Bitcoin took off. Okay. Then the mining company started to do bad. Then Bitcoin started to do bad. So that's interesting, right? Then check this out. The mining company started to do good. Bitcoin followed a little bit after. Mining company roars. Bitcoin then starts to roar. But the mining company kind of always shows you a little sooner, not always, I should never say that word, but it does show you a little bit of what's going on. So you could see how the candlesticks right here, they did not make a higher high, but Bitcoin did. That was kind of a sign of, hey, the miners, the companies aren't doing very good right now. So Bitcoin shouldn't be doing very good either. And then whenever the market ended up making this move at the all-time highs, and this didn't even get close to that, that was a big sign of like, hey. So this is, I wouldn't say a leading indicator, but it can give you a sign of what's going to happen. Bitcoin is a little bit more, I would say, volatile than these, but when these start to move, it gets pretty crazy. And so here's just an example of what we could be seeing right now, where Bitcoin breaks the highs of the structure, and the whatever this Bit Digital, this mining company, it did not. And let's kind of get that in here, right? So we get this break of structure on Bitcoin, but then we did not necessarily get that right here. So I'm kind of seeing that similar situation if we continue right here, where we haven't quite broken any structures yet, period, anywhere. First of all, on Bitcoin, it's starting to show that it wants to, right? If it just reverses, it's a no-go. But we haven't really broken anything over here at all on the Bit Digital. So are we a little ahead of ourselves in Bitcoin? Maybe. Right? Who cares? If you're trying to be right every single time, go to, I don't know. Let's look at some other ones we have, and hopefully Bitcoin stays on it. Perfect. I love that. Okay. Bitfarms. Here's another good one. Let's look and see how this one is comparing. Very, very similar to Bitcoin, but Bitfarms hasn't even gotten close to breaking some structures, I guess. So it's got a long ways to go compared, and this is the only chart that we're gonna get that it gives us. That's crazy. I swear I've seen this. Oh, that's funny. Okay, perfect. Oh, it's lining up really, really nice. Okay. Yeah. I mean, just look at how clean these look. So if, and the reason why I'm showing all these is because these have a little bit more potential than Bitcoin does even. So Bitcoin's at what, 20K, 20 something K. And if it hits its all time high, you get like 3K or 3X your money out of that. This is at $1. And if it hits its all time highs, it's going to 10X almost. So that's just why I'm showing this, number one, if anyone even cares. But yeah, very similar price action here. I love that. I love that. And this is showing a lot of strength with this volume here. Let's go into some other ones. I mean, tick for tat right here. This is just extreme demand, in my opinion. Extreme demand. And there's just almost nobody here to tell me that this isn't about to continue to go up at least one more leg. I do not know how to predict the future on the macro crazy moves that this market can make, but I mean, just it is a very clean picture. And this is also showing, they all do show this, I'm pretty sure, how the miners were not making all-time highs in their stocks while Bitcoin still was, showing that divergence there. Here's another, let's see, this was diverging. So this is the times where we're not really diverging now. This is breaking. This is breaking. We're holding here. We're holding here. You know, this is the next level for it to go to. This is the next level for it to go to. So, yeah, I see this pretty clean. You can see it on the volume profile. So this isn't giving the profile of Bitcoin. It's giving the profile of the stock. And basically, if we do continue any higher, it's going straight into these levels up here. Yeah. Okay. Let's go into the next one. That was DigiHost. Let's go to Mara. So Mara is one that I've been watching for a while as well. And it's crazy because I feel like I have been watching these since they were down here, and now they're actually back at these prices, and so it's just freaking wild. All right, so picture perfect, Mara, but it is a little bit weaker, I would say, than the other markets. So some of the other stocks are a little stronger. They have actually broken these structures from